About a week ago against the Raptors, Jalen Brunson outsmarted rookie Collin Murray Boyles by manipulating a rule, and it was due to a very subtle observation made throughout the game. For most of the game, Brunson hadn't played too well. Jacoby Walter, the other Raptors rookie, had done a good job staying in front of him, so he couldn't get to the rim. In fact, for the whole game, Brunson only scored 18 points on 6 for 19 shooting. But something interesting was going on. When Collin Murray Boyles entered the game, he'd hang around the paint just a little too long. Now, most of you probably know what the 3-second rule is, but what I didn't realize was that the count actually starts once 1 foot is in the key. The rules here don't really say that, but that's how the refs call it. Here's one with Jaren Jackson Jr. hugging the key, but he gets called even though he mostly just had 1 foot in the paint. So, as Brunson's running this pick and roll, notice how Murray Boyles' foot is just in the lane and he's just hanging around the paint until the ball finally swings to the other side. On this one, both feet are in the paint while his matchup Josh Hart is going out to the 3-point line. And usually when that happens, guys will try and touch another opposing guy to show they're actively guarding them. But he doesn't touch Clarkson as he's going by, and he doesn't get out until there's a miscommunication on the back end. Just a minute later, his matchup Josh Hart is at the 3-point line, and Murray Boyles' foot is already in the lane at the 7:44 mark. Because Hart doesn't shoot well, he hangs in the paint for like 6 to 7 seconds until he finally touches Kolek at the 7:36 mark. Notice how this only really happens if Murray Boyles is guarding someone that's going out to the 3-point line. So when he's guarding Mitchell Robinson, because he's always in the paint, Murray Boyles can hang out there as long as he wants because it at least looks like he's actively guarding him. So late in the fourth quarter, Brunson was looking for his opportunity to see how far he would take this, and with 4:35 left, he had the perfect opportunity. Murray Boyles is technically guarding Yabusele, who's at the 3-point line, but he's more worried about Brunson driving to the rim. So when he gets in the lane, Brunson immediately starts to count, and the rookie's in there for at least 5 seconds before the ref finally calls it. At another angle, Brunson yells 3 seconds at least twice before the ref finally folds and calls it, and Murray Boyles must have just not been aware because he says,
was just holding the ball.
Part of the reason I think it took the ref so long is because that's not his call. This should really be this ref's call at the bottom of the screen. Now, given the fact that there's not much else going on, he really does need to make this call. But because they hadn't called it all game, Brunson wanted to take it into his own hands and get the ref's attention. Alright, so why does Brunson care about this so much? Yes, he gets his free throw, but there's much more to this. Brunson is one of the best scorers in the NBA, but he's short, so he needs to be a little more creative to continue finding his way around the rim. And a big part of this equation is being able to manipulate this paint defender to get to those spots. Here's what I'm talking about. Earlier in the game, Scotty Barnes is patrolling the paint, but remember, he has to get out of the paint to reset that 3-second timer. So as he's doing that, Brunson then starts his drive because Barnes needs to cover more ground, and that then creates a wide open 3. Just a minute later, Brunson actually tried this again. As Barnes is drifting away and turns his head, Brunson drives, but Walter had done a good job shutting down his driving lane, which is why he got blocked. This little trick is something that all the best guards do. When Damian Lillard has Jaren Jackson Jr. on him, he's not worried about him, but more so Steven Adams, who's just waiting in the paint. But as Adams goes out to reset that 3-second count, that's when Dame explodes to the basket, and he's made enough ground where he can adjust himself to score. It also works on off-ball actions as well. This time it's De'Anthony Melton that's in the paint, and Lillard only cuts when Melton's trying to reset himself, and he's too late to block that layup. So it's important that Brunson got the ref's attention, because it then opens up opportunities for himself to either score or kick the ball out. Now Murray Boyles got taken out after he got exposed, so we couldn't see what would happen next. Ultimately though, Brunson is one of the best players because of noticing little things like this, and the Knicks ended up blowing out the Raptors in the process. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like content like this, check out my Patreon where we talk about how the Raptors offense has improved. That link is in the description. Besides that, hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.